Hey guys, Roto5 here with episode number 31 of the West Ham Career Mode on EAFC 24. This is the Season 2 finale. This could potentially be our last few games at West Ham, depending on how things turn out. Maybe we'll do another season, but we are in the driver's seat for the league right now. A couple of teams around us have slipped up, so we've gained a nice little advantage with only a few games left to go. Obviously, our main rivals are Arsenal, City, and they were kind of in it. It was Liverpool and United, they were kind of in it, but they dropped off, whereas City and Arsenal, they kind of hung around with us for a bit longer. But we did beat beat Arsenal in the previous episode and drew with Liverpool, so we kind of pulled away from them. We do have Man City on the last day, but hopefully we can try and get the league title wrapped up before then. But 35 minutes into this game, we are 1-0 down to Southampton in, kind of similar to what happened with Arsenal last year. They were top of the league for so long. They had that 3-3 draw with Southampton where they went 2-0 down early doors. Same thing could be happening to us here, as they have another chance. Georgie makes a great save though, does deny them, but like I said, these are the games that can decide a title race. It's the smaller games, they have a big impact. Probably a bigger impact than some people think in a title race. But Wan-Bissaka, inside to Costa, he's been slowly getting back to his form from the beginning of the season. I don't think he's quite good enough. If we do stay another season, there's a couple of players in this team who I probably will move on or put into the rotational team for next season if we do stay. He's probably one of them. Bowen's probably one of them. Nonto's probably one of them. Fati coming into the first team, so maybe a refreshed attack. But we do equalise. They, just as quickly as we equalised, go back ahead. So they're not lying down. They are in the relegation zone, I do believe, Southampton. So need to look out for themselves. They can't not going to just roll over for us like their season was already over. They are still fighting, I think. So just like us, we're fighting at the top. They're fighting at the bottom. Difference is we've got Big Tammy Abraham up top who scores goals for fun. This kind of second half of the season, he has been insane. And, when he's got one, a lot of the time he feels like getting a second, feels like getting a third. And I think he might feel that same way here against Southampton. A great volley from Jared Bowen, but unfortunately he was just offside. And he is going to be called back, and that is not going to count. We are not going to complete the comeback just yet. But with 5 minutes remaining, a chance here from Tierney on the left-hand side. Trying to find a bit of space. They've deep blocked, they've compact, but Callum Wilson's come on. We've got a two-man up top. He finds Jared Bowen. He strikes it, but a great save from Bazunu causes the corner. Whipped in by Paqueta on the head of Tammy Abraham. 3-2. From 1-0 down to 1-1. From 2-1 down to 2-2. Last minute of the game. Tammy Abraham secures the 3 points. Secures the victory for ourselves, and that means one thing: we are a step closer to winning the Premier League. If we'd slipped up here, would have given City, would have given Arsenal the chance to pounce. We showed some slight weaknesses in that game, but ultimately we played poorly. We won the game. That is the most important thing. We won the game. It doesn't matter how you play. We won the damn game. Wolves, match day number 36, I believe this is. So, not the penultimate game, but a win here today would all but put our name on that trophy. 77 points. Second place Man City have 71. It's a bit of a lower points tally compared to kind of some of the points tallies that have been up in the previous few seasons with City and Liverpool and all that. In the 90 high 90s for points. Insane when you think back at it, that Liverpool finished second place with like 97 points or whatever it was. It was insane. But yeah, We're not going to get those high points, but we've taken advantage of a poor season from all the other teams. Would we have this same luck next year? I'm not too sure, but 1-0 up. Tammy scores again. That's goal number 29 this season. He was on 17 goals, I do believe, just 3 episodes ago. So he has single-handedly pulled us forward in this title charge. I was rotating him a bit too much at the beginning of the season with Cameron Archer, with Wilson, because I had the options, because Cameron Archer was so good in the cups. But it's Tammy Abraham, he is proven now. He is 89 overall. He's the best player on the pitch most games. He is a perfect build for a striker that I like to use. He's fast, he's strong, aerially he's brilliant. And yeah, ticks all the boxes for me. Tierney scores his first goal of the season, an important one to double our lead against Wolves in a game that, like I said, all but secures us our victory in the Premier League. Barring a shock defeat to Nottingham Forest in the next game and a loss to City on the final day, the goal difference swing is in our favour massively. We will be the Premier League champions should we hold on to these 3 points here against Wolves, with Paqueta scoring a long-range banger in the 67th minute. That is it. You can start writing the West Ham on that Premier League trophy. This is insane. Compared to last season, we were struggling. We finished 7th place last season. We built on what we had. We added some key players, some dangerous players, key rotational players as well. I think that's the important thing. We added rotational players in a season where we didn't need rotation, but it just meant that everyone was fresh for every single game we played. We took advantage of no Europe. We played well in the Carabao Cup, got unlucky in the FA Cup against City, and that right there is us clear of Arsenal by 6 points with 2 games to go, with a 28 plus goal difference. 28, I think that is 18, 28, 28 plus goal difference over them. Literally, just don't lose at the City ground here against Nottingham Forest, and we've won the league. That simple. A draw or a win means it is mathematically impossible to be caught up on the final day. We lose to these guys, we lose to City, we'll be caught up, but goal difference will be in our favour unless we absolutely bottle it. An incredible bottle. But we do go 1-0 down in this one. Again, the goal difference was always in the back of the mind. We scored all those goals. We've had an incredible defence this year. We haven't really had any problem with the goal difference. Even last year, it was a lot of goals scored. We conceded a lot. We've addressed that. And now we're top of the league, We are cooking. But yeah, Tammy is top goal scorer this season. He's not going to get caught in that. He has been incredible. He's going to be important next season because we are going to stay at West Ham for 1 more year. We're going to have 1 crack at the Champions League with them. I've signed a 1-year extension on my contract, we'll say. But no matter what, we will be leaving West Ham at the end of next year, I do believe. Even if we win the treble with them, we'll be leaving. And fair to say, I think we have a long-lasting legacy here at West Ham with the team we've built. I'm going to improve on this. I'm going to build a better team. I'm going to try and go back to back. And we'll give it a good shot in the Champions League, like I said. But right now, we're 2-1 up. Tammy at the double once again. Just incredible. Incredible. If he played every single game this season, he probably would have broke the record. Because he didn't play as much minutes as last year, he still got just as many goals, basically. But, he probably would have broke it this year. I could guarantee. Next year, we'll go for the record with Tammy. We'll break it. And we'll try and break all the records next year. That's what we'll do. We'll build a super team to leave with West Ham. And we'll try and break all the Premier League records. Least goals conceded, most points, most goals scored. goal scoring record, assists record. That's what we'll do. That will be next year. Because I'm so confident in this team, we've won the league with West Ham. We're not going to lift it because we are obviously at the City Ground. We're away from the London Stadium. But yeah, a lot of these players, it's probably their first trophy of their career. Obviously, Tierney's won the SPFL a few times with Celtic. So, he's probably the most experienced winner in this team, maybe, apart from Milner. Probably Milner and Tierney. In the whole squad are probably the two most experienced winners. Ansu Fati, obviously, he came in January, got injured. He's only played 7 games. I'm not sure what the requirement is to get a winner's medal nowadays. I don't know if there is even a requirement or not. But Kudus at Liverpool in 5th place, he's going to get a winner's medal. We'll send in that one in the post. But the final game of this season, London Stadium, Manchester City. Pep Guardiola just congratulating us there on winning the league title. It wasn't really a race come the end of it because we kind of pulled away. It wasn't as dramatic as I thought it would be. But this one, it's a meaningless game. I've still got all the boys out there, to celebrate in front of the home fans and whatnot. And it is 0-0 until the 83rd minute where Ansu Fati comes on, cuts to the cross goal with his left foot and makes it 1-0 to West Ham. And we pick up a victory against Man City this whole season, all the way back at the beginning. Match day 3, our first win of the season was against Man City. And our last win of the season is also going to be against Man City as we prepare to lift the Premier League trophy. It's got the claret and blue ribbons on it. The name has been engraved. I will leave you boys with a celebration, and we'll be back for the stats and stuff. So there you got to see the new celebration, the bus parade with our Carabao Cup trophy and our Premier League trophy. In the end, it was a 6-point gap between ourselves and Arsenal. City actually ended up finishing 4th place, with Manchester United in 3rd. Everton, Luton and Southampton, the relegated teams. Luton and Southampton by far. Everton unfortunate to go down on the equal points as a team in 17th. But we won the Carabao Cup 5-1 against Preston. The FA Cup was won by City. They beat Liverpool 1-0. So they did come away with a bit of silverware to end the season. As for the Conference League, that was won by Chelsea. They stole our spot, if you remember, because they won the FA Cup last year. They won it 3-0 against Feyenoord in the final. The Europa League was won by Arsenal. That was a 2-1 victory against Milan. So 2 London clubs winning some European silverware. Can we get the Champions League for a London club? Not quite. Real Madrid at number 16 or 17. I can't remember if they won it last year in the game, but 2-1 against Dortmund. As for the club, I predicted actually that it was going to be Georgie or I think it was Jarrod Bowen. I said played every single game. It's actually Costa played every single game. Tammy ended on 34 goals in all competitions. Costa with 22. Cameron Archer with 16. Absolutely insane. But yeah, shared out some goals. Quite a few players got some goals this season. As for the Championship, Leeds coming back up with 104 points. Fulham joining them, and then it is Burnley, Middlesbrough, Stoke and Preston in the playoffs. Ligue 1, Olympique Marseille with a shock victory. 72 points to win the league. Insane. PSG in 2nd, Monaco 3rd, Lille 4th. Bayern Munich, I think that's 13 in a row now at this point. Dortmund in 2nd, Leverkusen and joint 2nd actually. And then a little gap between Lille and Leipzig. Inter 1st, Milan 2nd, Juventus 3rd, Lazio 4th. The winners from last year, Lazio all the way down in 7th. And then as for the La Liga, Real Madrid bounced back after Sevilla won it last year in a shock victory, but it is Real Madrid, Barcelona, Madrid and Sevilla for the top 4. I'll see you next season. One last season with West Ham, and then we'll look to move on. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this season. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.